It's time to find some day trades, swing trades, and option trades. Hello, traders. It is Thursday, July 9th. We're about 3 hours into trading. Very exciting trading session this morning. I thought we might be stuck in a range. We're kind of in the dog days of summer. We're in a very light news cycle. Economic news behind us last week. It was very good. Earnings news ahead of us next week. So this is kind of a dead spot. And yesterday we were trapped in this range without much going on, a lot of herky-jerky price action. We did have a couple of long red bars in here, and we took out the prior day's low. So this looked like something was going to get going yesterday, and it never did. Couple of long tails under body, and then a gradual grind back here. So I thought that the same might be true today when I saw this price action early this morning. You can see how the market gapped higher and then it reversed. That's not good when it happens instantly and it pulls back to fill that gap. And then the market tried to bounce a little bit. So I wasn't too concerned about these long red candles in here. We rest here. But as soon as I saw this and we took out the prior day's low, I knew that there would be some pretty heavy selling pressure. I got to tell you, my indicator for the S&P futures is unbelievable. It's what drives all of our decision making. We trade stock instead of the S&P 500, although when we have big moves like this, I definitely trade the S&P 500. But there's an edge to trading the underlying stock. We look for relative strength and relative weakness, and then we use that in conjunction with our 1OP indicator to tell us when to get in and when to get out of positions. What's it telling me right now? This is cresting. It's starting to cross over. Does that mean we get short? No. We would have to see a technical breakdown below the support level right here in order for me to want to short. Right now, we're finding resistance at the prior day's low, so I would be holding off at this juncture. We did get long stocks down in here. What's it telling me? It's telling me take some profits on your long positions. Okay? The market rally is starting to stall out. So if I see the 1OP indicator roll over and it starts to pull back pretty progressively and the market is able to compress right here and hold the gains, the next cross to the upside is going to be bullish. I don't know which of the two is going to happen right now, but let's take a look at what the indicator did yesterday. Got this market rally spike on the open. Right here is your bearish cross. It's saying get out of your long positions, and now we have a upward sloping trend line on a 5-minute basis that's been breached. This was a key candle right here. Market tries to get to a new high for the day, and it is smacked down instantly, leaving a bearish hammer. 1OP cross, bearish hammer. All right, I'm interested. That ended up being a great sell signal here, right here. It's saying, hey, this is going to be a bottoming formation. Look for an opportunity to buy in here. Get a couple of bullish hammers, long tails under body. Yes, that's a nice entry point right there. As the day progresses, here we get another sell signal in here. Not much of one there. But here's the big signal that happened into the close. You've got this downward sloping trend line right here that you can see. Let me just draw that in for you, giving you a little bit of idea how we trade the futures. You can draw that trend line down right there, and you can see that the market stays underneath it. We get a bullish cross right here. Once we're above that downward sloping trend line, then we can get long. That was a beautiful long into the end of the day from 314 up to about 316. So that is a 20-point S&P move. Okay, let's get this line out of the way. We'll delete that. Now this morning, same thing. You get this nice cross here. It's a bearish cross. Okay, nothing too damaging yet, but these long red candles are definitely a sign that yes, there is going to be some weakness. Tails above body, breach right there. That would be your short entry point. Did I take it? No, I did not. Again, I was looking at this yesterday. I felt that the price action was going to be very choppy. We were still inside the prior day's range, so no need to think that something was going to set up. We did have some news hit the wire. It was that President Trump's tax returns are going to be available to the state of New York, and the market sold off on that news. Why would it sell off on the news? Biden is leading in the polls. The market wants Trump to be reelected because Biden has already said that he's going to be removing his tax cuts. So that's just how the market is interpreting the news. So we saw this sell-off right in here. Now you can see how the 1OP indicator gives a couple of little crosses on the way down in here, but we haven't gotten above any major technical resistance areas. We got this deep, deep trough right here. In the chat room, we had this long red candle. So these are the types of key bars that you need to look at. You have this long red candle right in here. Uh-oh, we're really going to sell off hard now. But you can see that this next candle here instantly reverses that bar right there, and we get back to the prior day's low, and we're about halfway up this long red candle, and we have a bullish cross. So we get a couple of nice bars in here. Right in here is where I told members on the next pullback, I am going to buy this. I want to see a higher low, double bottom, and then I am going to buy the S&P 500 futures. And that's exactly what ended up happening. We started to pull back a little bit, and then we got that higher low right in here. This is where I bought the futures at 311. Let me check my notes. 43 is where I got long the futures. On the SPY, it was 311.43. And let me go back and see if I can find that for you in my chat room, because I want you to know that this is actually taking place. Boy, we've had a ton of other really, really great stock trades that we've been able to do today. I'm going to show you some of those. I'm going to show you what I was doing during the market drop. I was actually playing a stock on the long side, waiting for any kind of bounce in the market, and that turned out to be a great, great play for me. So, still looking for that. I'm going to just show you my screen here. So this is the chat room, and I'm going to continue to scroll down. I know I'm going to find it in here. So, we're looking at the SPY. Market needs to get above 312.40, so we're starting to set up for this opportunity, and I want to see a retest with a higher low, then you can get long. So check the timestamps here. This is about 2 hours after the open, okay? So I'm already setting the tone for what I'm looking for. I want to see a higher low, and I'm going to continue to scroll down. And then you'll see my entry on the S&P 500. You can see a lot of other trades in there as well. SPY, long at 311.43. This is at 10:45. This is 2 hours and 15 minutes into the open. You can see I'm ready to buy SPY. Need to have that support confirmed. I was looking for that little dip. This is how we do it. All the trades are posted. I'm trying to let my chat room members know what I'm looking at. I try and post annotated charts. I try and tell them, hey, I'm going to be looking to buy the SPY here, and then they can already have it queued up and ready to go. This trade ended up, I made a $1.30 on the SPY, which is 13 S&P 500 points on half the position, and then I put an order in to sell the other half for $18 gain, or $1.80 gain on the SPY, 18 S&P points. So in aggregate, I made 15 points on that move following the 10P indicator. Hey, look what we have here. We're breaking down below this compression right in here on that 10P cross. So again, would I be shorting right now? No, but I would be exiting my long positions. That's how we do it. And now I would be going through and I would be taking a look at stocks that have relative weakness in the last 30 minutes. For those of you who have not watched my videos before, I tuck an S&P 500 chart behind my main chart. This is a 5-minute basis, and you can see how over the course of the last hour, we've been rallying. Well, these stocks are all weak relative to the market on a 30-minute basis. So the market's been going higher. These stocks have been going lower. Alibaba, Boeing. Let's take a look at BABA. You can see how it's been drifting down when the market's been going up. SQ. Look at SQ. This is a nice short right now. This is a stock that you would want to consider for shorting. Look, S&P up. SQ down. Challenging the low of the day. This is going to be a nice short position. You also have a downward sloping trend line that you can use as a stop out point. So if I click the alert and I click that bar and I click that bar, that all of a sudden becomes your stop. If I get into SQ and I short it, all I got to do is wait for my alert to come up to say, hey, that downward sloping trend line has been breached to the upside. You might want to take profits on this. This is like having a trailing stop, except better, because you don't get triggered out of the position. It just keeps following the stock down. And so instead of shorting the S&P 500, which could go down, 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 zoom right back up, then I lose money if I'm short the S&P 500 and I get that kind of pattern. I need to be much more cautious, especially when the market's just starting to look like it's going to roll over. A couple more tests, then I can actually consider shorting it. But on a stock, if the market goes up, on a stock like SQ, it's probably not going to bounce very much because it has natural sellers. They are hitting bids, hitting bids, hitting bids while the market is doing what? Going up, 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 up. The sellers are aggressive. SQ would be a great day trading short right here, right now. Look at how easy it was to find. That's how we do it. So the same principles apply to swing traders too. It's just that instead of using 5-minute time frames, we're using daily charts to help analyze all of this. Instead of using the 1LP indicator, I actually use other technical analysis tools that are available on a longer term basis. Oh my gosh, look at this. So here's a bullish explosion alert on AMCX. You can see it here. This is how they appear. It's green, so it's going to be bullish. You can't miss them. I don't want you to miss them. I would not take this trade though, but you can see a stock that's rallying on a big volume spike like that. I would want to see it through horizontal resistance, at least the prior day's high, and I would want to see it through resistance on a daily basis as well. To me, this is a nice bullish hammer that's forming. Yes, the stock might actually get cooking. That's a pretty nice movement on big volume. So what do I do with that news? Well, on a GTC basis, I'm going to come in. I'm going to double click on that high. It'll extend across. If this stock gets something going tomorrow because I have a GTC alert, I'm going to know about it. And that will probably be some type of capitulation low. You can see 1, 2, 3 tests of that same support level. Yeah, probably a good entry point here. But the reason I wanted to show you that bullish explosion alert is for this reason. Watch this. And now I'm going to just take this off because we've had some other bullish explosion alerts. I know the volume for every 5-minute increment for every stock over the last 20 days, so I can spot these volume spikes instantly. Here's one that I caught, and this is what I was trading while the market was selling off. Look at this rocket ship. Well, we were getting bullish explosion alerts on this earlier today, and you can see we had this big run up right in here. I caught this move. We got the bullish explosion alert right here when it got through the prior day's high, made 70 cents there. So stock pulling back, going to overlay the SPY. Let's take a look at how it reacted to the market. Now look at this. This is where it gets very interesting. The stock is starting to form relative strength in here while the market is selling off and selling off hard. That tells me it's preparing for the next leg of the rally. So I bought the stock in here, made another $1 gain on it. This is a $20 stock. These explosion alerts alone, just one of these trades will pay for Option Stalker Pro for a year. And we get them all the time. So really, really, really good tool to use. So I've already been into ALT today for a $1.70 gain. I'm going to show you a few other stocks that I traded today. I'm going to take that the SPY overlay off. Roku. I really like Roku. Roku looks excellent. You can see how out of the gate it was starting to move higher. Remember what I told you the market did on the open? The market actually sold off on the open and it was down, down, down. Roku gaps up, pulls back a little bit on the second bar, and now all of a sudden we've got a new closing high as far as that bar. and it's going to be off to the races. So I got into Roku early, made $1.25 on that. Let's take a look at the daily chart. I like Roku. I think Roku does well for a swing trade. That's going to be a stock that I highlight for a day trade or for an overnight position. I like this horizontal breakout through resistance right here. You can see it. I think it's going to have a full head of steam. It's got nice volume today, and unlike many tech stocks, it has not gone stratospheric yet. So I feel that we're catching the breakout pretty early, which is important because the market has been overextended on a lot of these stocks. So I'm going to also show you another one that I flagged early today. I liked SPCE. I saw this breakout here through the 100-day moving average on heavy volume. I think SPCE moves higher. It's easy for me to try and post these stocks. I did get in earlier here. It's easier for me to post charts and annotated charts at that and to post them to my Twitter feed. And that's what I did this morning. So here you can see this is the SPCE trade. There's the Roku trade and the breakout. And I also post my pre-open market comments that tells you what I feel the market's going to be doing through the course of the day. So in my description below, please make sure you check out my Twitter feed because there's additional information available to you there. So let's take a look at some other trades that we have today. TSM is one that I like. AMCX has breached above the trend line. Okay, remember the trend line that I just drew? Look at that baby go off of the explosion alert. Now I'm interested in it. And we can see that it is through that downward sloping trend line that I had drawn and that horizontal resistance line right there. I was thinking that maybe tomorrow this would be triggered, but it got triggered right away. I'm not going to get into this trade, although I like the fact that it closed right on the high of that candle. This is going to be a good one. It's going. I'm sure in the chat room they're trading this right now, especially since it took out the prior day's high. So that's what explosion alerts are all about. TSM. TSM is grinding higher. I love this chart. I think TSM works really well as a swing trade. It was coming up on the searches this morning, and it's probably going to be on some of the bullish searches right now. Relative strength 30, it probably will be on. Costco was another stock that I caught right out of the gate this morning. I made over $1 on that. You can see how the stock opened higher, market pulling back, pulling back, pulling back in the first half hour of trading. Remember, we had that gap reversal on the market. That was easy for me. It was able to hold the gains right there. I set a target, made $1.25 on that, on to the next trade. But this was flagged right out of the gate this morning. Heavy buying was the list or the search that it came up on. Look at all these stocks. Relative strength 30. DOCU making a new high for the day. LVGO. Grind, grind, grind through the high of the day. Going to keep on going. Market's flat. Stocks continuing to move higher. Walmart up 240. That's nice. Continuing to grind higher, market flat. That looks good. FSLY, I mentioned this yesterday. This was my pick of the day yesterday. And you can see how it did close on its high of the day. You can also see how it's continuing to move higher yesterday. I'd mentioned the compression right in here and the fact that the stock was able to hold all of these massive gains. That told me that it was staging for the next leg of its rally. Yesterday it broke out through horizontal resistance. Goodbye. That's how we do it. It is really, really pretty easy. Once you learn the searches, once you learn the patterns that we're looking for, we're focused on relative strength when we want to be long the market. We're focused on stocks with relative weakness when we want to be short the market. I did not want to short earlier today because I didn't know if these were head fakes or if they were the real deal, because we've seen choppy trading conditions in the news vacuum that I described right at the beginning of this video. So I am still focused on the long side. I think that's where the better opportunities lie. Yes, I do short. Yes, I have tried to short. I find that the path of least resistance is higher and that some of these stocks, some of these longs have so much pent-up demand. The bid is so strong that they just absolutely skyrocket. So these are all nice stocks. ZS, another really nice stock today. Saw that early in the day. Beautiful breakout right here through horizontal resistance. Stock closes on its high yesterday. Gaps higher today. Never looks back. Just keeps right on grinding, grinding, grinding. So that's how we do it. I've given you some stocks that I like. I think Roku sets up well. TSM sets up well. Let's see what else I can show you. Penn was coming up on some of our searches earlier. Let me take a look here and see if there's anything else that I want to show you an option trade if I can. And we had one that we got into earlier today. This is off the video last night. It was an Amgen trade, and we were able to sell that early in the morning. And there you can take a look at the daily chart. Again, this is on my weekly swing trading video. I love this horizontal breakout right here through the $42, 242 price level. And we sold a July 24th, 240, 237.50 bullish put spread. And we did that for a credit of 50 cents. Let me take a look at that. Yes, 240, 237.50 bullish put spread, and we did that for a credit of 50 cents. So I think that's a nice trade. I think that stock is going to continue to find support there. You can see how it was able to break through this horizontal resistance. Yes, it's drifting a little bit lower, a little bit lower. It should be able to find a bid right at that level, and we're keeping those bullish put spreads inside of a 2-week window because we want to take advantage of accelerated time premium decay. Right now, we've got the 10P indicator starting to drift a little bit lower. It's still too early to tell if this is a bullish divergence, but if it continues to drop and it gets below the zero line right in here, with the market able to hold this compression, then I'm going to be getting more and more bullish, and I will know that when this comes in, we're looking at another breakout and for the market to continue to move higher. So if in the meantime I start to see lower highs and more tails of a body and we crack back down below this support level here, then I know that we're going to be heading lower and that this indicator is actually telling us that this is a shorting opportunity. I suspect that off of a deep sell-off like this, given that we're holding that prior day's low, I think that we're going to see a compression and a breakout to the upside. That's a gut feeling. I don't trade gut feelings. I wait for the prices to tell me which way we're headed, and then I get in. So right now we've got SQ breaching above the trend line, and we'll take a quick look at that. And so if you had used that trend line as your shorting indicator, you would have just gotten that pop-up saying, hey, you know what, the short's not working out. You should cover that short, exit it, and get out. These alerts really help you. They help you identify trading opportunities. They also help you manage the trade as it would have in this instance. There you go. The market looks like it's starting to break out. It wants to. I feel that this may need a little bit more time in here, but I would still focus on the upside. I've been focusing on the long side all day. Let's see if there's anything else that comes in here that looks really good right now. I've shown you some stocks that look great. Seeing if anything is just popping right now that looks like it's going to just go. LVGO looks really good right in here. DOCU, that was hovering around the high. There it goes. So, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out my Twitter feed. I'm going to have the link in the description of this video. And please make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss any of this content. My videos are always going to have some really great trading ideas in them and lots of education. If you like the content, by all means, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing something right. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.